Hi guys, my name is Lindsay Hyman and I am the Edge Coordinator. Today, during this time, you are going to be creating your postsecondary portfolio, which is one of the credits that you get on your transcript. So this portfolio you will use for the rest of your high school career, and it's a pretty simple process. So this is the definition of college and career readiness. So it seems weird to be thinking if you are a sophomore or even a junior about leaving Boone High, but the steps for that start today. And we are going to track some of that work through this. So these are the things that the Iowa Department of Ed say make you ready to depart school and be college and career ready. So you understand the content knowledge in all of your other classes, your math, science, history. You can take that and apply it. You have picked up transitional skills. So you did a transition when you moved from the middle school to the high school. That was a big step. You also did this when you went from Franklin into the middle school. When you leave the high school, there will be another big transition, and there are different skills required when you do that at each phase. Third is you understand how to learn, which you're getting every day and learning more about that as you go. And the fourth one is you really understanding yourself, what you like and what motivates you. So today's work is a little bit around that fourth one. Portrait of a Graduate is something that was implemented last year with a committee of not only students, but community members, teachers. And these things are components that really help students leave with components that matter. So often in class, we ask ourselves, why do I have to learn this? When does this matter? Well, I think everybody watching this would agree that resilience and being able to get through hard things matters. Being able to think and critically think and problem solve matters. Being able to write, speak, listen, big time matters. Understanding the world we live in and the town we live in and how our actions implement that definitely matter. Understanding ourselves so that if we decide we hate sitting in a cubicle, we don't go to school to study accounting, and that we are life ready. We understand how to run a budget and how to change a tire and how to interact with others. Those are components that the entire portfolio is built off of. And throughout your classes and career here, you are going to put in evidence showing that you have these components. Having a hard time moving. So why should you care? Well, there's multiple reasons you should care beyond just the fact that you get a credit for this. The other reason that you should care is a lot of the students that we get in Edge, they take their portfolio and they use it in scholarship writing. They use it to apply for jobs. They use it to apply for internships. And what it does is it allows you to back up what you say. If you say, I'm a hard worker, the portfolio allows you to say, here, I can prove it. I am a hard worker. So other reasons that you should care. This is data of students sitting in your shoes back in 2015. That's how far back we have to go to track students. So in 2015, there were seniors sitting in Boone High seats, and 84% of them said, I am going to enroll in a college, a post-secondary certificate like welding, or I'm going to go to trade school or car mechanic school, something where there was a certification beyond high school, but not just college. So that's a good number. We feel good about that. Well, what we found was of that graduating class, only 73% of them ended up showing up to their first year. So we lost 11% of them. Perhaps they were lacking transition skills. They had missed some component along the way to show I can make a hard change in between here. So we obviously want you guys to build those skills. And then if you look at persistence, this one right in here, this says of those 73% that made it there their first year, only 65% came back for year two. So something happened in there where we lost another 8%. Maybe they were lacking critical thinking or problem solving skills. They just could not handle those components, and they needed to build some skills in that capacity. And then the last fact is of the 84% that said they wanted to start somewhere, only 53% of them ended up finishing. So maybe these guys were lacking communication, their writing was low, their speaking was low, or it was life skills. We don't know. What we do know is that those skills that we talked about before do help you become successful to follow whatever dreams that you have. So this next part is kind of important, and I think I'm a little bit obnoxious, but you do have to listen to this part. You are about to make a Google site for your portfolio. Google Sites does not allow us on Google Classroom to force you to make a copy. Therefore, you must make a copy. Do not type on this document until you make a copy. We have not had anybody mess this up yet, so I know you guys can do this. Don't be that person. So what we're going to do at this point is we are going to go to Google Classroom, and I would like you guys to find the class of whatever class you are in. So if we go back here, the class of 2025, those are the codes to get in, class of 2026 and class of 2024. So find your class. And for purposes of ease, I am going to just click on class of 2025. So teachers, this is a good chance to pause and get everybody into the class of 2025. Once you are into the class of 2025, you are going to go into classwork, and you will notice that there is an entire heading for portfolio. So if you are looking at this, obviously juniors, you would not be in this, you would be in the class of 2024. So if you are in the wrong class, please get to the right one. When you are at this page, we are going to template portfolio, which is right here. And you are going to click this link right here. When it pulls up, we should see a whole bunch of dots showing up right here. If you start typing right now, you did not listen to the instructions because you have to make a copy. So to make a copy, you click right here and it's going to copy site. At this point, we're going to change the name of this to be your class. So if you are a sophomore, you're going to type 25, last name, first name, post-secondary portfolio, or portfolio is fine. So again, if you are a junior, yours is going to be 24, last name, first name, portfolio. And then this, I don't know why it does that, but it always does that. This should drop right into your drive, which allows us to find it. And then you want to copy the whole site. So this part right here is your graduating class, last name, first name, portfolio. And when you're done with that, you can say, okay. What you should have now is it taking you to the screen, the home screen of your own portfolio. I would close out of the old template and just have this one up here. Now on here, what we need to do is rename a couple components. So there's 3 spots that we need to rename. Teachers, I'm going to show you guys where they need to rename, and then I would pause this video again. So right here is how Google finds your portfolio for you. So here, you're going to rewrite what is above there. 24, Hyman, Lindsay, portfolio, which your names are not Lindsay Hyman. So you're going to do 24 or 25, last name, first name, portfolio. And then down here, you're going to change this from post-secondary portfolio to yours. This is about you. So you're going to do first name, last name, and then your portfolio. Teachers, once you have everybody with everything named correctly, what we can do is head down here into the About Me section. Now, this doesn't take very long, you guys. We just want just a brief paragraph about who you are. So if this was me, I would say something about like this. I would say, my name is Lindsay Hyman. I am a teacher at Boone High School. In my free time, I like to watch sports, ride my bike, and read my book. I currently work at Boone High School as the Edge coordinator. When I get older, I want to own a dog rescue. Something along those lines. It doesn't need to be much, but just tell a little bit about yourself. So teachers, take 2 to 3 minutes. Let them type up in this section about who they are. Once you have the About Me done, we're just going to do just a general overview. So Google Sites are really easy to use. What you'll notice is that every time I hang my cursor over something, I get three dots. So you're seeing that this button right here is going to let me change the style to a different color, which kind of breaks the page up. This lets you duplicate sections if you have something to repeat, and this deletes. Well, you guys can see down here we have an extra section. So we're actually going to delete that section right there. There are two pages that you are going to use on Google Sites, the Insert page and the Pages page. Insert is pretty simple. In it, if you want to put in a text box, there's that, a picture, something from Google Drive, or embed a link. You can do that up here. These content blocks are really where our students use most of their work. You can put in a picture and a summary. You can put in multiple pictures, and then down here are the specialties, dividers, buttons, image carousels, etc. Don't worry about those too much right now. Pages is where we're going to go next. In Pages, you have the home screen, and then you have two main headers, Portrait of a Graduate and Postsecondary Readiness. Each of these have a drop-down. If you click on the drop-down, it's going to give you several sections. Life Ready, Resilience, all those things that we said were really important and we want to start putting artifacts in. At the bottom are where your counselors and classes are going to start putting in career exploration. You do something in one of your CTE classes, put it in there. If you do some work with Mrs. McIntyre or Mr. Bloom, put these parts in here. You're going to start building evidence in each of these. For today, our work is going to go under self-awareness in the career spot. So teachers, please pause the video and make sure all of your kids are at self-awareness career. Once you are at self-awareness career, what we need to do is go get our first artifact. So if you guys pop back to Google Classroom in class of 2025, under portfolio, you should see a link that says Interest Profiler. In the Interest Profiler, there is a survey that we would like every student to do. So right here is the ONET Interest Profiler. For the next few minutes, I would like you guys to all take this test to see what career interest interests you. Teachers, please pause the video and let everybody take the survey. Once you are done taking the survey, you should come up with a screen that looks like this. This is your first interest profiler from ONET, which is a good career site. ONET has a lot of guides to different careers. We're not going to get too far into those because you will be doing some of that work with MAP and then your ASVAB. For today, though, you have some results. So I can see on mine that I have very high results in artistic and conventional. I have no idea what those mean, but I do know that I want this to be an artifact, so I need to get a screenshot of this. So on my Chromebook, I'm going to hit Control, Shift, and then F4, and that is going to let me drag to get a screen capture. Please screen capture that. And then we're going to investigate our top two results in more depth. So conventional, if I click on conventional tells me these are people who like procedures and routines. They like working with information and paying attention to details. They like working with clear rules, and they like a strong leader. That was one of my high areas. And then the other one is artistic. And I would say, obviously this one's a little bit more simplistic, but people that like artistic, like dealing with acting, music, art, design. They like creativity, and they don't like working with rules. Now you can kind of see that I just click buttons because I'm just showing you an example. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that information for my portfolio. So at this point, go back to your portfolio, please. On your career page, you are going to go to Insert. And we are going to click on one of the content blocks. This one right here has a picture and a paragraph. This guy right here will let you put that in. So teachers, pause, make sure everybody has that content block in there. Now, you are going to title this Interest Profile. interest profile. And then you are going to enter or upload your results. So you just screenshotted this. And so it gives you that. So I'm going to do that again because that was kind of fast. That's one thing also, it's a Google product. So if you mess up, just undo it. But if you just click plus and then upload, you can upload a doc or you can grab something from Drive, which is helpful for later when you do a project. You're going to upload, click your screenshot and say open. Now I can't see my graph right now, so I need to extend it so I can see my results a little bit more. That right there gives me my components. Here is my very first reflection. So in here, in your reflection, we kind of gave you some sentence starters. If I can figure out how to use this. So in here, you're going to reflect on these things. What are your top 2 results? And you're going to answer them in that capacity. So you're going to say, my top 2 results are, I'm going to copy that and put these in here. Whoa, that is silly. We got to make that smaller, don't we, guys? Okay, so in here, I'm just using this as a guide. I would say my top 2 results are conventional and artistic. And then I just need you to fill these next parts in. So you would say something to the extent of, I want a paragraph in here. So you would say, I agree with conventional. I really like it when there's black and white rules and I have a strong leader guiding me on the way. And then back it up with an example. So you could say, at work, when I am on the line, I like it when my boss says, go do X, Y, Z. Just back it up with that. And then you can say, I also agree with artistic because I really love to create. Sometimes in my free time, I will spend it making posters, something along those lines. Then you also get a chance to say, I'm not sure about that. So you can look at your results and say, man, I really feel like I'm social. I'm surprised I didn't get that. So maybe your reflection looks something like, I agree with these 2 because, but then you say, I'm not sure about social. I would have anticipated that would be higher, especially because I like working with people and I like helping people. Something like that. So teachers, pause at this point and give everybody a chance to do 1 paragraph of a reflection in their portfolio. Once that part's done, the only thing that you guys need to do is go back to Google Classroom, and in your classroom, you need to click on View Assignment and you need to turn the assignment in. So I can't show you that on my side because I'm looking at the teacher, but I need you guys to click View Assignment and then where it says Turn In, click add your portfolio and click Turn In. Then if you ever need to go get it for a different class, you just need to unsubmit it and it will come right back to you. So please make sure that you guys add that into Google Classroom.